and welcome to Round Robin. I'm your host, Robin McCormick with the City of Hampton, and today we're going to talk about Bethel High School. We're going to talk to Bethel High School alumni about a special reunion being planned. My guests are Michael Harper and Shelton Tucker. Welcome.
Thank you for having us. Welcome.
You guys, no other high school reunion has made their Round Robin show because they're kind of common. It's one group, one class that gets together, but you guys do things differently.
Right, right.
Tell us about that.
This time, the reunion is going to extend from classes 1970 to 2002.
And 1970 was the first class at Bethel,
the first
right?
graduating,
first graduating class.
The first graduating class, right? The first full graduating class was 1971, but we started from the first graduating class.
Why do you guys get together as one group? Why do you do the mega reunion instead of, hey, these are my buddies, we're going to remember life back when?
Well, initially it started because I had attended this guy's brother's funeral. And he and his brother and I, we have always been friends all our lives, pretty much. And I got tired of viewing my friends. At a funeral. I wanted to start seeing them. I wanted us to get together and fellowship, you know, and talk about old times. So that's where it initially came from. We first started with 1 or 2 classes. We realized that we could have 1 or 2 classes at Chuck E. Cheese's, you know.
These days, right? You're not gonna, yeah.
It wasn't enough people, so we decided to extend it. And when we finally extended it, extended it 10 years, and then people started calling me, hey man, why did you exclude us? So we expanded to 22 years was our first reunion. So this reunion, we decided to extend it even more to 32 years.
Right.
Wow.
And one of the key things is that a school is involved with the neighborhood, and a lot of families came back as a result. And we saw that as a great demographic. We focus on the demographic for this reunion, and we found out that it worked, that when you invite not just one class, but several classes, the families get involved and they decide to come back together as a group.
So then it really changes. It's like a big family reunion almost,
pretty much,
rather than just a high school reunion. It's the school that you have in common, but it's an extended family, really.
Absolutely.
And because the neighborhoods all tie in, the neighborhoods, we got Aberdeen and Northampton and Bethel Park. You know, it's a bunch of neighborhoods, and we all participated in different activities as youth, in our youth. So we wanted to bring these people back together. You know, all groups, and just have not a big old party, but just have a big old fellowship.
Big old fellowship. Yeah. And then there's some partying, and there's a whole bunch of other stuff too. And this year, you have something really different planned with the History Museum. Tell us about that.
Well, our activities, I'll let Shelton tell the last part, but our activities start with, start Monday, August 20th. This year, we're going to be down at down by Crown Plaza and Bull Island. Bull Island is is one of our sponsors, and the Miss Hampton too.
Perfect.
So we're going to have a little party down there on Wednesday at Bull Island. But the exhibit we got a museum exhibit at the Hampton History Museum, who is also one of our sponsors, and we're setting up a museum. I call it the Success Through Unity, the Bethel High School story. And we're also shooting a documentary by the same name. But the museum exhibit's going to open up on Monday. People can come down and visit on Monday and Tuesday. Bull Island is making us a special libation called, excuse me, the Bruin Brew. And on that
Bruin. Oh, I get it. Okay, when you first said it, I was spelling it like brew, but okay, that's great.
Right. So on that Wednesday, we'll have the grand opening of the museum, and people can come down to check it out, and then come back to Crown Plaza and Bull Island, and we'll have a little party, and we're having our first karaoke contest.
Oh, that's going to be good.
Yeah, one of the things that we didn't know when we first started it, we kind of knew about it, but it's Bethel's 50th anniversary.
Oh, what perfect timing.
Perfect
That's
timing.
amazing.
And we didn't have that in mind when we started, but once we did realize that, we opened this celebration up to a week of activities. The first part of the week is open to the public. From Monday to Thursday is open to the public.
That means you're inviting me to the brewery.
Oh, yeah,
Absolutely.
Of course.
As
whole thing.
as he mentioned, Bull Island, who's one of our sponsors, will be creating this brew and brew and contributing $1 for everyone that buys it.
Oh, that's perfect.
To the school, and so they have Miss Hampton will be serving food and having people come onto the boat, and they're sponsor of ours as well. And Crown Plaza will be setting up Oyster Bay for us as well. So all along the waterfront, we will have, and the carousel will be open as well. So for Wednesday, one of the things Mike indicated was that one of the unifying factors for us is the sports, our championships. We have a lot of notable athletes that have come out. Very few schools have Hall of Famers. We have one.
Who's yours?
Allen Iverson.
Call him out.
Right, absolutely. We have Francina McCormick, and the museum will
Who is,
be featured.
I believe, still running, isn't
Yes,
she?
she's still
she
running.
She is amazing.
Yes,
and
she's an
still
Olympiad,
winning. Yeah,
right.
she's great.
And we also, Sean Gale, Jerry Holmes, which is my classmate, Mike London, who came down as well. And we're going to mention some of our deceased ones as well. But we wanted to show, one little factoid we brought up was that this city probably has more high school championships than any other city in the state of Hampton.
It is really, truly amazing. I mean, the whole 757 is, there's just amazing athletes all across the region. But I do want to say that I think Hampton, for our population, has more.
That's
Right, has more. And so consequently, we want to celebrate that with our school. And so the idea of presenting it at the museum came about. We talked to the director, Lucy Cochran, and she said, well, wow, there may be an opportunity to get a grant to help with this. And so consequently, we applied, and we just received news 2 days ago that we are the recipient.
I saw it on your Facebook.
Of the Love Your City grant, and we are very appreciative for that.
And we do love our city.
Yeah, and we love our city. We have a collaboration that spans Hampton City Schools, along with Dr. Smith. Has collaborated with us, is a partner with us in this, as well as the school board. So we've drawn in a lot of city assets. We even drew in the school. We're going to have what they call externships that will be offered to the students so that they could interface with some of our professionals as well.
In fact, we have a student working with us now, a graduate of Bethel, 2013.
Right.
And she's attending Norfolk State right now.
Right.
So she's working with us on our media relations.
We're really leveraging, and it's not too late. Last time we leveraged our business community, and with sponsorship, we're still doing the same thing. So on Wednesday for the grand opening, we're going to have the grand opening at the History Museum. And then on Thursday, we're having a block party at Peninsula Town Center, who is also a sponsor of ours.
And
wow.
The lady that's helping us is a Bethel graduate, and her parents are Bethel graduate. And we're going to be at Avenue Blue.
Right.
Oh, nice place, yeah.
And we're opening a mega store. And that store, we're going to have the students as well as other organizations come in and sell their wares in order to raise money for the school. So the students will be involved with the designing process. I don't know whether people understand the Hampton City school system actually have centers of excellence. And Bethel has an academy for the media, arts, and design. So we're helping kickstart that, the infancy of this academy by bringing them these collaborative resources and experts to work with. So we're happy about that.
And then Saturday is the main banquet and party.
Right. Well, Friday we're having the meet and greet.
We're having the meet and greet.
And then on Saturday we roll into the phase that's sponsored, where people buy the ticket, and so when they get the ticket, they will get Friday, Saturday, and Sunday we're having a cookout, which is sponsored by Uncle Nick's, which is who's a Bethel grad. They're a meat distributor.
And our decorator for Saturday is the wonderful, exquisite, professional Tanya Say Frazier of
Graceful Designs.
Graceful Design.
Yes.
Now, I don't know if you saw pictures of how it looked last time. Oh, she did an outstanding job.
Well, so last time you did this first mega reunion, it was a test. I mean, nobody had done it before,
Right.
and it happened in the middle of Hurricane Joaquin, which wasn't a hurricane here, but it was a pretty nasty
Well, it was like
storm.
a nor'easter.
It was a bad storm.
Yeah, but got
and-
shut down.
Yeah.
State of emergency for us.
People still showed
They
up.
still
though.
showed 1,200. Still
Yes.
showed up in spite of Joaquin.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And contributed in a great way to this economy.
Yeah.
So what is it about Bethel that makes this work? Is it the school? Is it the era? Was it, that change of 1970 and moving forward?
I'll tell you, we entitled our exhibit Success Through Unity. Of course, you know the atmosphere around the country in 1968. You know, it was a lot of things going on. Desegregation was happening in schools, and the students of Bethel came together and they realized, hey guys, look, we can either fight each other or we can join together and be successful. So I think that spirit that was raised up then kept going throughout the time. Now, we grew up in pretty much in the same community of Aberdeen. That spirit has always been there. I've never known anything different. So I think that we're raised up like that, and then that being what we did back when school first opened, just kept going. It just kept on going.
Yeah, I think what we're getting, as Mike mentioned, we're doing a documentary. And so we're interviewing all the students and asking them about those days. And we're getting some very interesting stories. We're getting stories. You have a community one that was Aberdeen, and you know the history of Aberdeen. And then, of course,
and Aberdeen, I'm sure, went to Phoenix High School, right?
Yes.
Before
Before
Bethel.
Phoenix,
Okay.
primarily Phoenix, before they call it the freedom of choice period.
Okay.
And so
Freedom of choice, really?
yeah, it was called freedom of choice.
Because they had a choice to go.
Because they
You had a choice, okay.
They had a choice to go because in my family, I had a sister that went to Hampton High and one that went to Phoenix.
Well, my brother went to Phoenix.
And then what we're learning is that during the times when the communities were separate, but because they came together, we had a lot of the white kids that were learning that what they were taught was not necessarily true, and so they bonded in friendships that they had. I mean, we have a wonderful story about how one of the football players double dated. One was white, and he took the car. He said, if my dad had known that it was going to be integrated, he probably wouldn't have allowed it. So it's
I can't
fascinating.
even imagine.
Yeah,
because I think, so you have this feeling if you are from the historically black school and you go to Hampton High, or if you're in the historically white Hampton High and you go over to Phoenix. And there's got to be feelings about that. But then you look at Bethel and you're like, this is the new start. This is the future. We began as an integrated school. It had to have felt like you were change agents, right?
Yes, and I must admit that I don't know whether it was by design, but they did a great job in selecting the faculty.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure it was by design.
Yeah.
I know that the Hampton School Board at that time was, planned it. And Hampton, I do want to say, is one of the few communities in Virginia that didn't do massive resistance and said, hey, we're not going to spend our money fighting legal. We're going to spend our money educating our kids. We're going to figure out how to do this and do it right.
Although they were
wasn't as fast as it should have been, but,
They were little sects. When I went to Eton back in the middle 60s, and there were some little groups that had some resistance, but the faculty and staff at Eton wasn't going to have that.
Good.
And they told them quickly that we're not going to have this. So
we're seeing a lot of rallying points. For example, Coach Kozlowski has a mythical, legendary status, particularly with his players. They have been devoted to him. They come back to acknowledge him and their success with that. And he will be featured in the documentary as well. Yeah. And the team. A lot of great stories. We're not only featuring that, but we have some unique firsts for women. We have on our staff, on our team, one of the first female football managers at the school. Ms. Pope, who was a faculty member, was the coach of the first girls basketball team. So we're highlighting how all of us work together to make Bethel a great school with a lot of championships.
How we had success through unity.
You're helping with that success by not just partying amongst yourselves and having this celebration of the past. You're giving back to the students that are there now. Yeah. And that's a huge difference.
And the community.
In the way,
and the community. Yeah. Because we're opening this up to all of Hampton, Newport News, Norfolk. Anybody who wants to come to the first 4 days.
Yeah.
So we're going to have everything open so everybody can come, and
to help us celebrate. because Bruins have contributed in a mighty way, not only this city, not only in this state, but this country, and even the world renowned Bruins. But one of the things that I wanted to mention was that with this documentary that we will have produced, we want to be able to sell that to help raise funds, but it will tell our story, and it will tell how we had started out in very segregated situations and then integrated over time.
And that's such a good story. Now, we need to close, but I do want to recap with your dates.
Right.
August 20th, all the way through the 26th. And remember, all proceeds or anything derived from this reunion is going to go to the different organizations within Bethel and the feeder groups, the Aberdeen, the Northamptons, and groups like that. We're going to try to help them out too, because they feed right into Bethel.
Okay. And how do we get more information? Because
we have a website.
There you go.
www.bhsmegareunion.com. That's how you can find all the information that's necessary for you to purchase tickets if you're a Bruin alumni, or come out and participate as a public for our endorsed events. We want to thank the Hampton Convention and Bureau Center, which is one of our sponsors, for helping and getting the word out. We anticipate that we're going to have some more radio and things of that nature, but we're open for sponsors.
Okay.
So, definitely.
So come and check our vendors, sponsors, and ads.
And we're running this early because we want to give people plenty of time to make their plans, because I'm guessing maybe half of your audience already lives in the region, but you're going to pull people in, fill the hotels, bring folks in from all over.
Well, we're already filling the hotel. We're on to our third and fourth blocks right now. So they hurry up and make that choice, because this is really going to be a big affair. It's a week-long affair.
And once again, like we said last time, you cannot participate in any of the VIP 3-day stuff if you don't have your pass.
Okay. So go to the website, make your plans, pay your money for the big 3-day thing, and then the rest of us can tag along on some of your other fun and educational
And we want you there, Robin. Definitely.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much, and good luck.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching. I hope if you are a Bethel alum, wherever you are in this time period, you can make some plans to come back and to give back and to celebrate what that school has meant to you and to our community. Thanks for watching.